Something's brewing.
Yo, we just got the first 2 episodes of Daredevil Born Again, and I'm shocked. Dude, listen, the first episode's opening 15 minutes were just absolutely out of control. I can't even begin to explain the emotions I felt in those first 15 minutes. It was fucking unbelievable. Now, the first 15 minutes ripped and banged so hard. They threw a fucking fastball at us, all right? Then after that, it hit, I wouldn't say a stall out, but it was more like story progression and just story building. And it was a lot of dialogue, I guess. But it wasn't boring by any means. It was really good. It's just if you're not into that Game of Thronesy kind of like in between Jon Snow stabbing people kind of stuff, then you're probably gonna be bored in it. But I very much enjoyed it. The whole Wilson Fisk coming back, they're talking the diner about like, if you're gonna be Daredevil again, bro, I'm gonna take you out. And he's like, well, if you're gonna be a thug again, Kingpin, I'm gonna fuck you up. It was great, dude. I loved it. I'm gonna jump full spoilers at this point just because I can't not do full spoilers. So if you haven't seen episode 1 and 2 yet, bookmark this bitch, subscribe to the channel, come back a little bit late. Come back 2 hours from right now and let's talk. All right, so first 15 minutes, dude. Holy shit. Did you see the first 15 minutes of this show? Oh my days. All right, so it opens up with a great montage of just like New York, I guess, and then you get Karen Page and Murdoch leaving their little office, going to Josie's, and Foggy takes a phone call. He goes outside. Something ain't right. They go out to check on Foggy. Karen and Daredevil don't seem like they're together at this moment in time, but they might be. Who knows? They go outside to check on Foggy, and Foggy's like, yeah, I'm hiding like our client at my place. And the client's like freaking out on the phone saying that like somebody's here to get him and stuff. And then you see Bullseye throw a pin through a fly and turn on a light bulb. If we don't get more Bullseye in this 10 episode arc we're about to get, I'm going to be livid, dude. This Bullseye guy had no justice in season 3. We need justice for Bullseye, son, because this dude's a monster. The actor's great, and I got to see more of it. Anyway, fast forward. He goes Daredevil, full Daredevil mode, tells him to wait at Josie's. He's sprinting. The fact that when Daredevil gets... I'm assuming you guys have seen this, so I don't want to explain it all in full because I don't want to explain shit that you already seen. But look, when he's booking it to Foggy's house, oh my God. He's booking it to Foggy's house, and you just know something's amiss. You just know it. I kind of felt like Foggy or Karen, maybe both, would die at the beginning in the first 2 episodes. I figured something like that was going to happen just because we got that time jump that we knew about. Anyway, I'll get into I'll get into the death in a second. So when he's booking it though, the cinematography is great. Just the dark, gritty New York. Like I want that. It kind of was reminiscent of Spider-Man. The only time I think we've seen it in the MCU is Spider-Man swinging at the end of Far From Home. That kind of had that same like grounded, gritty kind of feel. Anyway, the whole cinematography for that scene was great. When he gets there, he hears a gun being loaded and a phone call or whatever of the client being like, yo, I'm sorry, Foggy. I told him where you were. And when Foggy gets shot, dude, I mean, I was like, oh, not my boy. I love Foggy. Foggy was probably the best part of the first 3 seasons of Daredevil. If we're being 100% honest with each other and you really go back and watch those and you really think about it, he held the whole fucking thing together. He was the comedic charm in it, and he was the guy that like made the most sense out of everything. And his little lawyer battles with the DA or, you know, whoever, where he's like, well, I'm in a bind and I'm like this little nerdy guy, but actually you're fucking wrong. Those were great. Those were great little speeches and little moments. So when Foggy gets shot, it was pretty heartbreaking. Karen holding him down. And then Daredevil just goes to work. When Bullseye's coming out of those smoke grenades, and they're fighting in Josie's. Like, that's hard as fuck, dude. Like, that's a good fight scene. Then we got like the clip a couple days ago of Bullseye and Daredevil fighting up to the roof and then on the roof. But they kind of skipped a bunch of stuff in that minute and a half clip or whatever. The fight's brutal. Daredevil getting stabbed up was crazy. I love the fact that the entire time this fight's happening, you can hear Karen telling, like, you can hear from Daredevil's perspective, Karen being like, Foggy, hold on. The ambulance is going to be here in a second or whatever. And you can hear Foggy's heartbeat the whole time. That is just great shit. That's such good shit, dude. I love that. Anyway, they get to the rooftop. They skipped a little bit of stuff because obviously they had to cut out the Foggy dying part. But when you get to the moment that Foggy's heart stops beating and Karen screams and Daredevil pulls Bullseye into him and beat the shit out of him this whole time, pulls him in, and the way that they like touch foreheads, and then you just see Bullseye's maniacal smile, dude. The way he smiles at Daredevil, oh my God, dude. Hard as fuck. When that moment happened, I was like, damn, this is rough, dude. Like, we're going to get a sweet villain for this season. And the moment I almost cried, this might sound weird, it was the moment he just pushed Bullseye, when Daredevil just pushed Bullseye right off the roof. The way he does it too is like so like nonchalant and like, I'm over this. I want you gone. You killed my boy. When Daredevil pushes him off the roof and he slams his head on the ground behind Karen Page, I was like, I did the double breath, dude. I did the double triple breath where I almost cried. And it was because, like, in that moment, in that 20 seconds, you get Foggy, one of the best characters of the show, Matt Murdock's best friend, dying. In 10 seconds later, you get Matt Murdock potentially just going against everything that he's believed in and everything that we know about the guy in like a 10 to 20 second span. That to me was jarring, especially because I'm still in the middle of watch. I've watched the first 3 seasons before, but my wife hasn't, so we're watching it together. And right now, I think we're about to finish season 2. So we're jumping around, but I've seen it all. But the fact that I'm still in it deep right now is like crazy. Because if he did that just in the middle of season 3 or season 2 or whatever, like you're like, what the fuck is this show? Like, why did he just do that? But the fact that they're doing it in Born Again at the very beginning, oh, dude, it's so good. Anyway, the first 15, 16 minutes of the opening episode were bonkers. The fight scene's great. All the cinematography is amazing. I loved it. Roll credits. Credits are dope. I like how it's structurally, like, everything's falling apart. That's great. But then you get into the meat of the episode, and it's really just an episode about Wilson Fisk becoming mayor and Daredevil. I don't like Daredevil's new partner at the firm. I'm sure she's going to be fine. It's just, I want Foggy. You know what I mean? It's not like she's bad. It's just, I wish it was Foggy. Imagine if Karen Page goes down at the beginning. You get the same effect. You get the same everything. But then we get Foggy still. And you can still bring in the new love interest like you did. You can still bring in a new love interest, make it a little bit more tensiony, but kill Karen Page instead of Foggy. Now, that's just because I love Foggy, so don't mind my bias. I think this show's great. I think they're doing a great job. The first 2 episodes are bangers. I think the rest of it's going to be great. I'm thinking Karen Page is going to come back in some capacity. But the bulk of this episode was fine. You meet his new partner at the firm. They start a new firm. They're, he's on the opposite side now. He's not defending the criminals typically, but then he is again in the second episode with White Tiger. We get White Tiger beating the fuck out of 2 dudes who are beating up some guy. One of them trips and falls into a train, gets all mushed up, dude. Gets absolutely mushed against this train. Gets a little splatter up on his face. Yeah, I mean, the bulk of the episode, like I said, is just Wilson Fisk becoming mayor. But we do get the White Tiger stuff. We do get the new partner. We do get a new love interest, which, I mean, if we're talking his previous love interest so far, she's definitely the best looking one, and seems to be the most interesting as far as the fact that she's a therapist. And she's at the end of episode 2, we find out that one of her new client is going to be Wilson Fisk, even though she knows that Daredevil's got a problem with Wilson Fisk. So that'll be pretty interesting. I like how they're doing a Wilson Fisk and Vanessa need counseling. That's dope. But let's talk about the MVP of these 2 episodes, and that's my boy Danny. I know we got the same namesake, but Daniel is a man. He came in hot. He dropped a fuck out the gate. First episode, Daniel's fucking it up immediately, and he's like, "You're Wilson Fisk. You're gonna make this place great. You're the shit. Like, you get shit done." I can't remember when Daniel said fuck, but he definitely said the F-bomb, dude. And I love that. Marvel's just like, who cares anymore, dude? We'll do whatever the fuck we want. We're Marvel. Who cares? So Daniel's the MVP. He also brings, we see the BB report, which I'm not sure how I feel about that yet, but I do like the fact that Ben Urich's daughter or granddaughter is also trying to be a reporter. But Daniel brings BB Urich into Wilson Fisk's office. She kind of stirs the pot a little bit. Daniel's like, shit, I might get my head slammed in a door of an Escalade like the Russians in the first season. But yeah, BB Urich is going to be here. I do like Ben Urich's granddaughter being there. What else do I like? Like the cinematography. What I will say, episode 1's ending, I'm kind of bouncing around now, just because the first 15 minutes was the chunk of it. The rest of it's just good. Just, you're going to have to watch it and just deal with a lot of political drama stuff, kind of like the Ides of March or something. But it's well worth it. It's still dope. And I do love that kind of shit, so I'm all about it. The one thing I will say about episode 1's ending, though, is when Wilson Fisk wins from the mayoral office, you see Daredevil like looking up, in the red flashing in the background from like a flare or whatever. And then it's like half on his face, half off his face. So half of it's black, half of it's red. And you're kind of like, oh shit, he's going to have to go full Daredevil now. I like that a lot. And then episode 2, we get the White Tiger mostly. We find out that he's the White Tiger, and Murdoch finds that out too. And Murdoch has this weird interaction with him at the jail cell when he's representing the White Tiger for the murder. That guy got mushed up by a train. He says, like, you're a vigilante. You're supposed to tell me. It's like, bro, you're a vigilante too, and you ain't telling anybody. And you certainly didn't tell your boy Foggy until like episode 13 or whatever. So what are we talking about? You're his lawyer, and he needs to tell you. That's bullshit. End of episode 2, though, we get Daredevil. We get Matt Murdock getting the shit kicked out of him by these 2 police officers who, are trying to pin all this murder shit on White Tiger. And we get a really good kitchen fight scene, which I enjoyed. Now, is it just me, or did Matt Murdock break that dude's neck at the end of that episode? Like, it seemed very much like he snapped that dude's neck up, and that guy's dead to rights. And if that's the case, and we're just getting a Murdoch that goes around murdering people, I'm in, dude. I know Daredevil, like, there's a gray area with him where in the comics, like, he does murder sometimes, and, like, other times he's, the Batman of, like, I won't murder anybody. I'm a good guy. But I also like the idea of him just straight up breaking a dude's neck on the floor. You know what I mean? Like, just RKOing somebody from the top rope and breaking a neck. That fight scene's dope, though. I do like that a lot. And I like that ended episode 2 with him screaming because he's like, fuck, I gotta be Daredevil again. Ah! I do like that a lot. Anyway, let's wrap this up, dude. These 2 episodes are great. I love Daredevil. I love Matt Murdock as Daredevil. Wilson Fisk is great. I love Vincent D'Onofrio. Did I say I love Matt Murdock as Daredevil? Matt Murdock is Daredevil. I love Charlie Cox as Daredevil, I should say. R.I.P. to our boy Foggy. We need justice for Foggy, but we also need justice for Bullseye. We need Bullseye to be in this. We need Bullseye to have like 2 or 3 solid episodes where he's just tearing the city apart, just bop, 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 just shooting and killing everything. And Daredevil's got to go toe to toe with him again. You get the feeling that that's what this is building to, because they had like the trial of Poindexter, and you know, it kind of seemed like Matt was mad that he didn't get the death sentence or something. It feels like the end fight scene is going to be a Bullseye versus Daredevil, and I hope we get that, because I think that both these actors in both these roles are dope. I can't wait to see Punisher in an upcoming episode. That last little teaser trailer they dropped with the voiceover of the Punisher being like, Red, you didn't come here for forgiveness or whatever. You came here for permission. Give me that episode. Give me Punisher, dude. Give me Jon Bernthal's sexy ass in this episode or in this show. I need Jon Bernthal's broken fucking nose, sexy ass just coming in as Punisher and beating the fuck out of somebody, dude. My wife doesn't get it, but like Jon Bernthal as Punisher is insanity. That's such good casting, dude. I don't know. Look, show's great. I can't wait for more. I'm going to be doing an episode, or I'm going to be doing, you know, a review after every episode. So be sure to subscribe, like the channel, comment down below if you think Jon Bernthal is the sexiest Punisher you've ever seen. I do love Thomas Jane, but come on now. We're talking Jon Bernthal. Comment down below. Anything you want to talk about, I answer them all day long. Subscribe, like, and comment, and I'll see you in the next one. I'll see you in the next one. I can't wait. I can't wait till next week. I'll see you later. Peace.
I got a feeling that something's brewing.